you hearing kwa ground huko? What are people saying? What's the response to the revelations contained in these memoirs?
Yes. Okay. The story on the ground is hot. It's the headline in the news at the moment. It's a mixed reaction from the different people. Some mothers are reacting differently. The general public, the males are reacting differently, particularly to the military story. However, it's a story that is sad, but at the same time interesting, to come out at this point in time. Let's wait and see how it develops, particularly from the family side, because all he's wanting is to be able to connect with family.
All right, thank you, Sylvia. Ladies, do you think there's some secrets that should remain hidden, Vivian?
Okay, I think it depends. He should use his discretion, because at the end of the day, everyone is allowed to tell their story. He's the only one who knows what he experienced. He knows what's at stake. And I don't think people should really have a go at him for revealing some things. At the end of the day, it's his story. And it's his prerogative, on what to reveal or not to reveal. Whether there are people who are not happy about it, or there are people who are feeding off of it. I think let people give him a chance. Let's hear him. In any case, he had already, sort of abdicated his claim, in the royal family. So I'm good with it. Let's hear everything.
You're here for the tea.
Yes.
Judy, I see you nodding.
I really admire Harry. I remember, I'll never forget, August, I think it was 1997, when Prince Harry was, I think he was 7, was he 7 or 9? He had his head bowed down when they were marching on the behind the mother's casket with his father, and and I was like, wow, this boy. And he said something, and I was like, oh, my heart just went out to him. He says here, Harry writes nostalgically on the memories of his mother, noting that thinking about her gave him hope and energy. And I absolutely agree with Vivian. There's nothing wrong with him telling his story, his memoirs. Of course, some things, yes, it's good to leave some things secretive to the family, because you don't know what somebody can do with that information. They can come and hurt you, and that's not his intent. I don't believe so. But also, I think the picture of Meghan coming into his life was it's a trigger for a lot of things. The British, unlike the Americans, are very they're quiet, they're conservative. So obviously, Meghan is not. I mean, she was an actress.
Yes.
And I believe some of the things that he's doing is because maybe of her pushing, maybe not intentionally, and also he's trying to protect his wife. So there's a lot of things he's gone through because he was not really accepted. There've been a lot of things we're talking about her. She's black, she's this. So I think for him, I applaud him for what he's doing, but I do agree some things need to be not said. But obviously, as Vivian says, it's his story. Let's hear him. After all, he's the spare. He'll never be the king. Let's hear what the spare has to say.
All right. Florence, my thing is this, right? Harry admits to some questionable decisions, choices in his life. Remember when he wore, I think it was a Nazi uniform to a Halloween party at some point. In your mind, are some of the revelations he's making, or you're here, I'm sure, have you read the book?
No, I
haven't read the book either. I'm just reading the reviews, but having read them, do some of the revelations he's made, do they strike you as questionable choices?
Well, I think he was being a child, as a child can be. And what he's showing us is that, remember, we've grown up thinking about the British monarchy and how stuck up it is, and how they are not actually, these are my words, how they are not, how almost, I mean, they can't be that perfect. Really, can they be that perfect? And so he's showing us, actually, we're not that perfect. And we knew they were not perfect. It's just that we didn't have evidence of. And so somehow he's trying to show us we're just human, the way Diana was. Diana came out to show us we're human. I have feelings. I know this is going on in my marriage, but I'm going to speak up. And of course that didn't augur well with the monarchy, but she spoke. Unfortunately, she lost her life. But as for Harry, I think it is okay, because we are now demystifying the monarchy slowly by slowly as the years go by, and therefore it is okay, I think, for him to speak the truth. And I don't believe in family secrets. I believe people should speak their truth and be liberated instead of carrying on the burden of the family for the rest of your life while you're suffering. So yeah.
All right, speak your truth.
Yes.
Speak your truth is what I'm hearing. And it's so funny.